today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans.
1999, there's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? We'll come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something.
2nd and 7 now from the 28. A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
Plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Anderson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback. And that philosophy works for them very well.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
Another tremendous year in 2020 where he led the NFL with 4,823 passing yards. And remember, that was in a year after DeAndre Hopkins was traded to Arizona. Also had 33 touchdown passes against only 7 interceptions. A dynamic performer.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On 1st and 10, Watson, and that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. A shotgun handoff now, Foster. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Watson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 34. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 95 yards, and a score.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Now this one complete on the slant route, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Anderson. And Winslow brings it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. Chubb will get the call running left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Anderson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Off the play fake. Anderson. And that's going to be caught for the Browns. Touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
Here's Lewis. And able to get this out to the 25. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
What a banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time after the 2020 campaign.
The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, look at that. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. From the gun, Anderson. He'll get this one complete to Winslow. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Anderson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
2nd and 11 now. Operating from the gun. Anderson. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Anderson. This one caught by Winslow. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, Anderson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Looking to throw. Anderson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-10. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Watson on 1st down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 31, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson. He finds his man. Complete. That's Daniels. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw from his end zone. Anderson got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Deshaun Watson, the Texans offense, trot back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the Browns are going to have it here just past the 25. You don't see this often. A quarter pick of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On 1st and 10, Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Anderson. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Not sure much more could have been done there defensively. One up with him, tried to knock it away, tried to get an arm in, unsuccessfully.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Anderson got Gordon open, completes it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First and 10 at the 11. A give. This is Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Browns on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add on to their lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks and no touchdown passes yet either. Out of the gun, they hand to Foster. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. It's complete to Fuller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On first down, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Watson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Got an open man. It's Foster. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. To the air yet again. Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick six there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet. I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started. He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Foster on second down. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And, yes, out come the flags. Face mask. Defense. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down. Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that, but as soon as you curl it around the finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Game for you, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. And he takes this one back into the end zone. tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski
different
was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now he's flushed out left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Right here. March 54.
Now it's Watson. And Daniels has it over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll try the right side with Foster. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll go again with Foster. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
Let's go. Let's do this. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Let's go. Watch the switch.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Anderson to throw on second down. Throw right side, caught by Winslow. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers.
Anderson loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Back to throw. Anderson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They keep it in the hands of Foster. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Watson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A huge play there for Houston.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Watson now going to run the option right. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Anderson over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Anderson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Anderson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Now Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, Anderson. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now Anderson throwing on first down, and it's caught by the tight end Cameron. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Anderson now looking to throw on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be third down. Operating from the gun, Anderson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll run with Chubb. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Chubb again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are on their way to a 2-0 start.
I'll tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And here's Lewis. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And Daniels has it left side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. From the 16, Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Texans on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Watson looks to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Daniels. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. From the 45 on second down, Watson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a throw here to his running back. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Again, it's Watson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Now Watson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Line 52, line 52. It's our time.
From the red zone now, Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson finding Miller once more, complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Texans! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things, though, a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, it's fun.
So for the Browns, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.